So, Tom, I heard there's been a bit of issues happening in Lebanon right now. Can you
Mate,
give us a bit of an explanation?
don't get me started on it. Well, you see, it all started around the 1990s during the Lebanese Civil War, in which the government they gave out grants to the rival factions who were fighting it. And see, this only had detrimental effects on the economy, as wealthy people gained a large influence over the Lebanese economy and the government. And as you can see, 20 years down the line, that this has led to the business and political classes of Lebanon being able to benefit from the system and exploit it, which has created large inequality throughout Lebanon. Because they have introduced a lot of bad monetary and fiscal policies, just let me tell you. Around 2012, I believe it was, they started financial engineering, where they tried to accumulate a large amount of financial currencies by borrowing it from banks at a high interest rate, which quickly became unsustainable. And in March 2020, Lebanon defaulted on a payment of 1.2 billion USD. This combined with their overbloated public sector and quasi-fiscal policies has resulted in them being in public debt of more than 170% of their GDP.
No.
So Alex, I ask you, how's Zimbabwe going? Are they in a similar situation to Lebanon?
Yeah, Zimbabwe is not doing too well, Tom. See, the Zimbabwean crisis can actually be tracked back to the 1990s, where they failed to act on their dollar, called the Zim dollar, on anti-inflammatory policies that led to its demise. Furthermore, poor policies to try and enabilise the currency after its eventual demise in 2004, when inflation had already reached 114%, meant that it made the USD and other foreign currencies its national currencies. This started more problems for Zimbabwe as the USD inflow stopped. This meant that the government didn't actually have any control over their economy. Therefore, they had to enact another policy to start a new Zimbabwean dollar in 2015. However, black market operations and poor security led to the devaluing of the currency. And it's now, one USD is now worth 361.9 US dollars. This is horrible, Tom. I don't know about you. But what are some solutions to the Lebanese crisis?
Well, look, one potential thing that they could do, they could institute a sort of a financial policy recommended to them by the International Monetary Fund. However, the main issue is their excess of foreign currency. And to reduce the amount of foreign money, they could try introducing a capital control law policy, or potentially even shift away from their foreign exchange subsidy program towards a more direct cash transfer to household program, which, according to a study by the World Bank, is predicted to be much more effective and efficient. So how about Zimbabwe? What potential solutions do they have over there for their issues?
Well, much like Lebanon, Tom, Zimbabwe must take instant action into stabilising their currency if they do want to beat this financial crisis. A long-term goal for Zimbabwe would actually be to legitimise their currency. This can be done by only accepting payments from Zimbabwean dollars instead of other foreign currencies, which a lot of the government is doing today. Furthermore, the government actually has to stamp out corruption and other damaging policies. For example, a poor policy right now is a bill that states that 51% of Zimbabwe's agriculture industry has to be owned by the hands of black Zimbabwe. It drives away foreign investors and the commercial farming industry, which is losing them one of their biggest contributors to GDP. So, Tom, overall, how's Lebanon looking?
Look, so far, Lebanon, they've failed to create a sustainable monetary policy, as well as poor fiscal decisions, which has left them in an extremely detrimental position. How about Zimbabwe, Alex?
Yeah, look, Zimbabwe, it's just not great. That's all I'm going to have to say.
Sorry, I hate to interrupt you, but it seems that we have our special guest, David Z. David Z, how are you today?
I'm doing fine, doing very well. How about you, Tom?
Oh, look, I'm going great. I'm sure my co-host Alex is doing well as well. So we
don't
just
really
wanted
care
to quickly
Oh,
ask you, what are your thoughts on the current situation in Zimbabwe?
Well, personally, I think that the more money, the better. So they're giving out like trillions of dollars, aren't they? So, you know,
Yeah.
if I had $1 trillion, I'd probably buy.
Okay,
Like,
okay.
a whole
Thank
bunch
you,
of
thank you,
stuff.
Mr. Z.
Yeah.
Our special host.
Cheers, guys.